And if you're going to compare people from the past to today, this should be the point that y'all bring up. It's that people understood where they were in life and where they were on the social, economic ladder, and they desired and wanted things that were according to where they were in life. Meaning back in the day, you didn't see people who were teachers, factory workers, telemarketers, with Louis Vuitton bags, going to Turks and Caicos.
Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to another episode of E-Rants. I am your host, Felix Long Trousers.
Hey, Daddy! Oh my God!
All right, let's not waste no more time. Let's get right into this.
Unpopular opinion. Our fathers, grandfathers, uncles, they were not better providers than men are today. They just lived in a time where life was a lot easier. And I'm going to break this down because I hate to see people comparing the two without giving context. So for context, in 1990, the average mortgage payment in America was $650. Today, the average monthly mortgage payment is $2,500. That's almost a 4x. The average rent price in America in 1990, it was $370. The average rent price today is $2,000. That's a 5x. The average home price in 1990 was $120,000. The average home price today is $420,000. That's 3.5 times more. The average car payment with insurance in 1990 was $230. The average car payment with insurance today is $730. That's a 3x. Meanwhile, the average income in 1990 was $30,000. Today, the average income is $55,000. That's not even a 2x. It hasn't even the average income hasn't even doubled.
I'm gonna let him keep cooking because he is. Hey, put him in there with Chef Ramsay's. Like he's letting it blaze. All right, listen, because that's the thing I always be saying for the longest. I'm like, yo, you guys understand? Like this economy is not meant for one man to be working and taking care of the whole family with his income. Realistically, right? You have to make buku's amount of money. Like I said, I live in the DMV. It's an outlier. It's very expensive to live out here. But I would think in order for your wife, and you have like 2 kids, for y'all to live a comfortable life in a good area, you're gonna have to make $250,000. To live comfortable. When I say comfortable, I mean like you're not thinking like, oh, I can't buy this because I gotta wait for my next check. Like comfortable, you chill. You guys might be able to go on a vacation here and there. So, well, 250, 270, maybe 300. I'll be honest with you. But 250,000. That's what I think to live comfortably. You, wife, kids. A lot of people ain't making that. A lot of people. That's like what the top 3%. A lot of people not making that money. So it's like when you say, oh, we want to provide this, the economy is not made for like, of course, we could do a 70-30, but all these women saying they need the man to pay for everything. You're putting a heavy burden. You're putting a heavy burden that's unrealistic. The average income, like you said, average income is like $50,000. So where is this money? What are you talking about? Hey, but you know, people are still going to blame men and be like, oh, you men just don't work as hard as the men back then. Man, shut the hell up, man. These guys were buying houses for $40,000 at the age of 22 years old, bro. We have gone through the freaking housing crisis in 2008 that made inflation go up. And then we just came out of a pandemic that just hit the inflation market even higher. Like, bro, there's so many things against, especially millennials. And I don't even want to play victim that we're in a bad spot.
That's in 35 years. In 1990, on average, people were paid $2,500 a month. Today, the average person gets around $4,200 a month. So once again, that number hasn't even doubled. The average minimum wage in 1990 was $4. The average minimum wage today is $7.25. Once again, it hasn't doubled. So comparing somebody today to somebody in the past is like comparing to someone playing a video game on Hall of Fame to somebody that's playing the game on easy mode with the sliders up. So there's really no comparison, but people, they really lack understanding of this basic thing. And I know a lot of people, they gonna say, well, they just need to leave their jobs, find better jobs and make more money. And I agree with that largely. I do think people need to up their skill sets so they could be better and bigger earners. At the same time, people say those things without understanding how the economy and how ecosystems work. These jobs that people down talk and consider low wages, these jobs are what makes the country go round. How you get your food, the clothes that's on your back, the building you live in, the people that's teaching your kids, the cars we drive in. All these things are ran and functioned by people that don't make a lot of money. So if these people quit and left these careers and chase to make more money, the whole economy in the world would shut down immediately. So we need people in these positions and career fields, which is why it never makes sense to me when I see people down talk people that actually do these jobs.
They're ignorant. A lot of them is ignorant, man. And let's be honest. Main people who do that is the women. Like there's just dudes here and there, but it's the women. It's the women. Like, oh, you work at blah, blah, blah. Oh, you a mailman? Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. It be them going at the dudes and making them feel some type of ways, man. Like these joints is like they don't understand they're destroying the market their own selves. Like, I think Instagram and everything has brainwashed a lot of people to feel like they have to be keeping up with the Joneses in a sense, right? Because remember, back just a few years back, weren't women saying they don't need no man and all this stuff? Now it's like it reverted, especially after the pandemic. It reverted like these men need to be more providers, which in their definition of provider is not even a real provider. It's more of just a trick. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's just spending money, a sugar daddy basically at this point. Because some of them is like, oh, I don't want to work. They don't even have kids. They don't want to work. They just want to stay at home while he goes out there and works and makes all the money for both of them just to have fun. And I blame Instagram, bro. I blame social media, because even when it comes to a lot of joints saying like, yo, oh, you ask a lot of girls what they like to do. Oh, I like to travel. I'm like, bro, when I was young, I was like, yo, did joints want to travel as much as they want to now? I feel like they want to travel to flex on the ground, to put their location like, yo, this is where I'm at. I'm in Punta Blase, Dominican Republic. Oh, I'm in Tokyo, Japan, like, you know, Kyoto or something. Like, I'm in all these places, Dubai. Like, it's just a flex. Because I swear growing up, I did not see all these people like, yeah, I'll be traveling. But now it's like everybody traveling. And I feel like that's just a code for saying money. Like, I want to travel so I can flex. I just show that money off. All these people out here, when I was growing up, I didn't see all these people have Louis Vuitton and freaking Gucci the way I see it nowadays. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Kids in freaking, what do you call it? Middle school wearing freaking Alexander McQueen sneakers, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
They make the world go round. So again, you can't compare somebody like that to your father, grandfather, or uncle that was living in the past. But also, and this is probably the biggest point, and if you're going to compare people from the past to today, this should be the point that y'all bring up. It's that people understood where they were in life and where they were on a social, economic ladder, and they desired and wanted things that were according to where they were in life. Meaning back in the day, you didn't see people who were teachers, factory workers, telemarketers, with Louis Vuitton bags, going to Turks and Caicos, driving BMWs. You didn't see people like that with those things, and nor did they want them, because they understood where they were economically. And there wasn't any social media back then, so they didn't care to impress people. They understood those things were for the rich and wealthy. And nowadays, you have people who don't even make $60,000, $70,000 annually that want and desire and need to have all these things. And men who aren't making enough feel like they need to get them or they aren't providing properly. So you have this weird dichotomy and everything is off balance simply because people are not putting things into context. And this isn't me making excuses for people, because I know oftentimes people will hear something like this and they'll say, oh, you're just making excuses for people. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just putting things in their proper context, because I know this is social media and everybody loves sensationalism, but that's just childish. And what's the point of having a real adult conversation if you're not going to put things into their proper context? So at the end of the day, what I am saying, though, is give people grace. Stop expecting people to have things overnight. Stop comparing people to other people. Be willing to build with someone, because if you're not willing to do those things, you're going to stay in a state of struggle because you're expecting things that just aren't reality when it comes to the majority.
Facts. And y'all probably not going to believe me, but I did not watch this video ahead of time. So like, I did not watch. But that's the thing I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of this, I would feel like would be common sense, because what he said is common sense. But for some reason, a lot of people, and like I said before, men, we play a role in this. but it goes back to joints. Like, hey, misogynistic Felix is here. Like, he's been here this whole time. He hasn't left the chat. I've been saying this for a little bit of time now. Like, the dating market has been destroyed because of joints that have been coming out here with unrealistic expectations. A lot of these joints be out here buying their clothes off Shein, Temu. They be spinning the wheel the moment they get on the website to get the $25 off, 25% off, 20% off, free shipping, all that stuff, right? You know, spending $200 on their clothing hauls to have 38 articles of clothing that are as cheap as hell that'll rip or destroy after the first wash. But they're out here expecting guys to go above and beyond and have all the money and resources that they themselves can't even achieve in their life. I'm trying to tell you, it's a trigger. That's what said us, man, we play a part in it because we're allowing it to happen. We're allowing it to happen. We're allowing the shaming to make us like, oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You should want to make more money in general, right? You should want to make more money in order to make sure you're living a fruitful, chill life, right? Without burden, with less burden, rather, because there's always going to be burden to a certain extent. Don't allow these joints to come into your circle, destroying what you're building because you feel like you have to help. Because I feel like a lot of joints in the relationships, that are girls are going into relationships, they're going in there looking for help. They're not really looking for love. They're looking for financial assistance. See how many times a joint, you get into a relationship with a joint, and before you know it, she's gonna start being like, I need help with my nails. Like, you're supposed to pay for my nails. You're supposed to pay for this. You should probably, help me out. Like, I'm having problems with rent. Remember, like, all this money problem starts coming out the wazoo. All these money problems need assistance. So you sit there. Of course, you as a man, you're supposed to help. I'm not gonna say that you don't help your girl. You're supposed to give her money here and there. You know what I'm saying? As a provider, you know what I'm saying. You're supposed to do that to a certain extent. Though, she has to be able to take care of herself. You have to sometimes ask, like, what were you doing before I got here? It seems like all these joints are like, yo, this is costing me a lot of money. What were you doing before? Where's the money that you're making? Where's it going at? This economy is not meant for me just to go crazy like this. And just like I said, this is not to say not to make good money and take care of your girl. You're supposed to do it. But there's levels to this stuff. There's definitely levels. The income, like my dad used to tell me back when he was going to school at Texas Southern University in Houston, he was working at, I forgot where he was working at, some place that wasn't making no real money for real. But he was able to pay for school and his apartment and to buy a car. Tell me a college student that could do that that's not on NIL that could do that right now. Like, come on, bro. Like, to buy a car, do all that stuff without using no loans or anything, just bought the car flat out. Pay for his college tuition in a university by himself. Come on, like, who's doing that and still have money to do other stuff? Like, it's different times. You can't do that now, man. Like, you can do that now, but you're gonna be in debt. You're gonna be in debt. You have to take out some student loans. Who's paying the student joint unless you're going to community college? Are you paying that out of pocket? Like, people don't understand that. Even the price of college has skyrocketed tremendously. I feel like it's went up like 8x. So joints, but they'll keep saying like, oh, I grew up back in my parents used to take care of everything. My dad was out here. Some of them don't even have dads, but these are like, well, my uncles, or what do you call it, was buying all this stuff. Yeah, because they could do it back then. The dollar could stretch a whole lot more. I can even tell you just from 10 years ago, I used to be able to go to McDonald's and buy a large fry for $2. And in fact, no, I think it was $1.79. It was $1.79, then it slowly creeped up to $2. Now you go to McDonald's, try to get a large fry, you're paying damn near $5. It's like $4.60 or something, damn near $5 for large fries. You're thinking we're living in the same, and the wages haven't increased to match that. You think we're living in the same place right now? Like, let's use our heads. Y'all are struggling, right? The joints, that's why a lot of the feminist shit went out the window. A lot of joints are struggling right now. You're struggling. Why do you think the men aren't struggling? Oh, because you're a man. You're supposed to be. Yes, I understand that. And I agree with that to a certain extent. But we got to be real. We got to be realistic. Baby boomers have destroyed us all. Let's be real. It's like these baby boomers are doing all types of stuff, bro. And they don't want to give up their money. You got to get the hell out of here. But I can go on a long rant about this forever. But Let me know in the comments below. Am I off base? Like, what I'm saying, does it make sense? Does what he's saying make sense? Because I feel like it does. I feel like we're on the same page. Me and him, we can be buddies. You know what I'm saying? I bang with his sweater. You got the Spaceman joint with the Billionaires Boys Club and all that stuff. I bang with that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. That's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.